Hey, I'm here at a pump track that I've recently completed construction on, and it's a different kind of pump track than what's commonly seen. Usually pump tracks have sort of either little speed bump size rollers, or they're like the Velo Solutions kind with doubles and tabletops and whatnot. Mine is kind of a progressive pump track that has giant rollers on the inside line that graduates to the outside line being poppy lips, actual jumps. And the idea is that this track has a higher ceiling to go to rather than just a traditional pump track where you kind of just either roll around or go super high energy doubling and you can only last around like a lap or two. The idea behind this is that you pop around indefinitely and it creates like a cumulative effect of a real floaty levitating feeling if you can get it. And I do have some crossovers in the middle, so it's not just a linear loop. You can change direction and tight 180 berms, so there's a lot of combinations you can do in this small space. So let's go for a couple laps. Whew. Oh. Okay. I'm not in good enough shape to do any more laps than that. I can do pump laps for a long time, but the jump laps are hard to sustain. All right. I'm not sure how many jump laps that was, or pop laps. It's more like a little pop than a full jump. But I think I've done 3 is my record. But I do still have a little adjustments to make on the track to make it a little more even. Right now this side is a little harder and that side's too easy. It's also slightly downhill this way and this way, so I've been evening it out over the last 2 seasons. It's close, but these 2 rollers still need to move back and get a little bit farther apart. And then these are a little too high. They need to go a little lower and maybe slightly closer gaps. They're tabletops, but the gap from the lip to the landing needs to be a little bit closer on these. And then they'll feel real even and you could probably do indefinite laps of popping around and around. It keeps my attention a lot more than a traditional pump track, speed bump style pump track. I kind of get bored of those in like 20 minutes and then start trying to double the rollers. And then once I can double the rollers, I can maybe get 1 lap like that. It's so hard to sustain. Whereas this, it's much easier. It's more of a vertical sine wave wavelength than a real high frequency short wavelength, if that makes any sense. And what it kind of is almost is like each roller is almost like 2 rollers with the trajectory filled in. So even when you're not going slow enough to jump, you're kind of getting the same feeling as if you were slow motion doubling through. It's real satisfying to ride.